Hey, welcome into Unfiltered Sports Podcast with your host, Todd Fox, as we get into week 11 and get you set for week 12. We've got a bunch of business to take care of, but first off, let me introduce the panel. We're one short tonight. We'll explain why in a second, but first I throw it over to the producer extraordinaire, the one, the only, Fresno State himself, Randy Oz.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Unfiltered Sports Podcast. I am one of your hosts anyway. I thank you all for joining us here tonight. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Smash that bell notification so you're notified every time we go live on Tuesday nights. I'm going to pass it over to the sucker of the week, Matt, brother. How are you?
Hey, man. First of all, it's okay. I had a rough week. It's all right, though. I'll bounce back for sure this week. No leprechaun hats this time. I didn't win this week. I got slaughtered. But I'm still going to bring that attitude and that funk. Now what?
You didn't find that pot of gold from last week, did you?
You know what? You're already being disrespectful already. You know what I'm saying? I didn't find that pot of gold, but I'm feeling great today.
James.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes today. And like we do every week as we come on here, we're going to talk
about the disrespect with the Cowboy comments. Oh, we're already with the disrespect.
Dominique is out calling a game tonight, but he will be on here participating probably in the comments as he just popped up.
There he is.
So you'll see some of him in some fashion or form, and we'll have him back. He's probably just scared and embarrassed that he lost to my poor Seahawks.
The Niners got that.
We'll talk about that Seahawks victory. I'm sure we will.
You're the only one that won this week, Todd.
Oh, here we go. Well, we'll get to you as well, Mr. Blowout at home.
Oh, we will.
But first, before we do, Randy does what he does every week, and that is give you the up-to-date standings on how not only as the show is going with picks, what our records are, who's in first, who's in the butthole.
I don't want to see.
Or he also gives you what the fans have done, what they've chimed in. So let's check it out, shall we, Randy?
We shall, my brothers. All right, this week for the host, coming in first is Mr. Absentee Ballot himself, 12-2, Mr. Dominator himself. And then he thought he was going to get his first victory of the year. It was right on the cusp, but tiebreakers fucked him once again. 12-2, Mr. Todd Fox. And then, of course, 11-3. Can you believe that shit gets me third place? And down there in the I tried category, 6-8, falling under 500. Mr. Matt, after all that bullshit that he talked last week, we move it on over to the viewers. Mr. Mario, I think this second week in a row he's won, 12-2. Grill Master coming in this week, thought he would try his hand, not bad, second place. 11-3 gets him second, while it gets me third, jag off. And then down there in third place, Mateo at 10-4. Sonia coming in at fourth place at 9-5. And Rob 8-6 down there at the Welp I Tried fifth place. As we move on to the standings, Dominic improves to 113-53. Matt improves to 101-65. And believe it or not, 97-69 for me, 96-70 for Todd. That's a four-game. That's 4 games for me and 5 games for Todd out of second place now as the season progresses, and this week's top picker.
He's the dominator, common denominator. Every week he wins, just a stone cold operator. A bad son of a gun, yeah, he's sharp as a tack. He wakes up pissing excellence, ain't no denying the fact. Nobody can touch him, he's the king of the game. Dominic Lorenz putting these pick'em chumps to shame. Dominic Lorenz, yeah, he's breaking the mold. Running the table, playing fierce and bold. When it's pick'em time, he's the man with the plan, making every call like he's holding the hand. Ain't no chance he'll miss, he's ahead of the rest. Dominic Lorenz, yeah, he's simply the best. So here's to the chance to the one who won't quit. Dominic Lorenz, he's the king, that's it.
Woo! God, I love that fucking song. Keep winning, motherfucker.
You know what?
Randy's going to Nashville with that song.
Oh man, I'm one of the greatest songwriters of all time. Okay, this is not the show for that. My bad.
You know what? I'll bounce back this week for sure. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Guarantee
Calm down,
it.
Leprechaun. Calm down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk some football. Get the top 2 stories out of the way before we get into the recaps of our games, and then talk about the rest of the league. And we're gonna have times tables on this to see how we go. But first, we're gonna start with Mario's team in Chicago. Guys, what do you feel, or how do you feel? Do you feel bad for the Chicago Bears now that they've lost 11 straight to the Green Bay Packers? Rodgers or no Rodgers, this team cannot lose to the Bears. They found yet again another way to lose in dramatic fashion. Thoughts on the Bears choking one away to Green Bay?
Go ahead, Matt. Take this one.
Well, I'm going to say this. I thought it was a closer game than everyone expected to be. We all picked the Packers to win. But I give Chicago credit, actually. They were a field goal away from actually snapping that curse. However, fate as it may be, they got a blocked field goal, just like the Chiefs last week when they lost to when they beat the Broncos on the last second field goal. Just stuff like that happened. So I'm not actually mad at the Bears. They actually played pretty good. So I'm not mad at them at all. It does suck for them. I feel bad for them that they keep losing, but they actually could have won that game. So it looks like it's turning the table in the next few years. We'll see.
Randy?
I don't know about that. I mean,
Hey.
The Bears got a good defense. The offense is still kind of that quarterback. He's a rookie. I know. I get it. I just don't know.
They could have won.
Yeah.
They were a fingertip.
You know
away.
what? They didn't.
You know what?
Just like you, my brother.
Hey, you ain't got to take it out. You ain't there yet.
Well, this now just goes to show you now with the Packers improving their record now to, I believe, what is it? It is 7-3. You got the Minnesota Vikings there at 8-2. Detroit Lions 9-1.
Is it the Packers' fault that they're always more superior than the fucking
It
Bears?
is their fault. It is.
How's it their fault? The Bears
their
don't know. They're like the Jets. They don't know how to build shit. They don't know how to draft quarterbacks. They don't know how to free agent quarterbacks.
I'll just say this: as far as the Bears are concerned, they used to rock that division. I mean, they owned that division from 70s, 80s.
Oh,
and I say right before
why I
Brett
don't
Favre
remember.
got there.
I wasn't even a twinkle yet.
When Jay Cutler was there, they had a pretty good run.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that was still
they
the
still got
Packers
beat.
division.
that's been the Packers division for a while, dude.
I think they had one good year in 2003 or 4 when they went like 13-3 or some bullshit, and then got bounced out like the first round.
Went to the NFC Championship.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
it's
just
the
saying.
whatever.
I'm
Still,
just saying.
Yeah, look, it's been a long.
it was never been their fucking division in like 50 years.
That's true. So
I mean,
let's jump into story number 2 because that was number 1. I think because Bears fans, Chicago fans, and just in general, you know, are really it's been a tough sport. If you think about that town, if you lived in that city, I should say, you got the Blackhawks who suck. You got the Cubs who underachieved, didn't do anything this year. The White Sox, one of the worst teams, if not the worst team of all time. You know, the Bulls suck. So, I mean, the Bears are supposed to be the team that keeps that city together, and, well, not really. So, moving on to story number 2, that's going to involve me and Dom's division. Guys, thoughts? You guys are on the outside. We're not going to talk about that game just yet, but thoughts on the outside, looking into the NFC West. The NFC West currently has a 6-4 Arizona Cardinals at top first place, and you have 3 5-5 teams. Now, start over from right now. I know you guys made your preseason predictions, picks, and all that stuff, and we'll get into that at the end of the season. But as of this week and how you guys see it individually, who wins that division, or who's your 1 to 4 to finish the season from right now? If you can make your predictions over from the earlier season, I should say.
Go ahead, Matt.
I ain't gonna lie. I picked the Niners to win the division. I think I reneged, man. I don't know. It could be anybody, to be honest with you. The Rams look like they're creeping.
But make a choice, sir.
I'm trying to think, man. I know it's going to be your Seahawks.
Let the man build it up, huh?
I'm going with the Rams, goddamn, just because you pressuring me, man. I'm going with the Rams. You know what I mean? Because it ain't the Niners, it ain't the Seahawks. It could be the Cardinals.
So
who's the Rams?
Who's your 1 to 4 then, Matt?
I'm gonna go with Rams, number 1. I'm actually gonna go with the Cardinals as number 2. They actually been looking pretty good.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Seahawks number 3, just because Dom beat me this year and I don't like the Niners, and that's so disrespectful. I'm putting all the disrespect on that. 49ers coming in 4th place. Book it.
Ooh. I had the Hawks winning the division, but I did say that this fucking division was going to be something different this year. I just had a feeling about it. But as of right now, if you're forced to make me make some picks here,
I'm forcing you, Randy.
All right, man. Here it comes. This is the way I think it's going to shape up. I think it's going to go the Cardinals, the Rams, the Hawks, the 49ers.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
That hurt
about.
to say because, I got a lot of family that's 49ers fan. My granddaddy was a Niner fan, near and dear to my heart. But Todd, you and I have said this plenty of times in the chat. Their chance was last year, brother, and they blew it.
That window is closed. Now, I want to hear from Todd and Dom on this one since this is their division.
Give me something in the chat, Dom. Go ahead, Todd.
I will say this. The next 3 weeks are very telling for the Seahawks because as well as I do, I mean, obviously they look like a different team coming out of the bye, but they were flatlined 1-5 in their previous 6. Their season really comes down to 3 games, in my opinion. The Cardinals this week, the Jets the following, and the Cardinals again. If they could split and win that Jets game,
you will.
We'll be in good shape. But we lose 2 out of 3 in any form, we're in bad shape altogether. If we sweep,
you got to at least win one of those games.
Yeah, we got to beat the Cardinals at least once. But I think if we sweep somehow, this division should be ours.
You ain't sweeping.
I'm just saying.
If you can sweep the Cardinals in that stretch.
You ain't sweeping
you deserve the division, dude.
Cardinals might sweep you guys.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't put it bias, dude. I mean, so if I were to pick my 4 right now, gun to my head, I have to make a decision. I would say the Rams 1, Cardinals 2, Niners 3, Seahawks 4th.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah.
How dare you?
I do.
Your team last.
I would say the division would literally be like second place and third place would have the same record, but the Rams would edge them at the end of the season because I think they have a favorable schedule down the stretch, and the genius just gets the best out of anybody. He could take us 3 right now, and we would get them to the playoffs. I don't know how he does it, but he would do it.
I want to read Dom's comment. He said if Shanahan gets fired for some odd reason, watch Bill Belichick become the head coach of the Niners.
That would be crazy.
No.
I don't know. They're saying he's eyeing that Jaguars job.
Really?
That's what
it's
I read.
the perfect fit for him.
I would see Belichick.
They'd probably give him a lot of power in Jacksonville.
I'd like to see Belichick in New York with the Jets.
Nope. He's coming right here, baby. He's coming right here. Wait, right there.
Even if he did, it doesn't fucking matter. He'd come here and forget how to fucking coach completely. He'd struggle to get to like 20 points a week.
You can bring Eli Manning back. He'll be the quarterback in New York.
Might as well. We're a goddamn circus anyway.
All right, so that's enough of the stories. Let's talk our teams and our games.
I want to.
And let's rip off the Band-Aid with Matty Matt since he had the worst.
You going there, man.
So we had a game yesterday. The Battle of Texas. And for the first time, Matt, you heard more cheering for the Texans. They took that stadium over. Dallas was in it for all of 1 quarter. They lose 34-10. 0-5 at home for the Big D. What happened, Matt?
I'll tell you what happened. Jerry Jones happened. This whole season has not lived up to par. It's been a disaster. But guess what? I still have faith in my team. I still am a Cowboys fan through thick and thin. It was ugly until halftime. After halftime, when we got that sack fumble or strip fumble, it was pretty much a wrap after that. It was a close game. You got to admit, halftime, it was 20-10? It was a close game. We could have went either way. You got to admit, they were playing pretty good. That touchdown pass to Turpin, the Tolbert, took it all the way for what, 60-some yards? That was nice.
Okay. Agree or disagree? Should you guys have went for it on 4th and 2 or kick the field goal to be down 7?
Oh, I would have kicked the field goal because I had no faith in Cooper Rush to get a guaranteed first down or a touchdown. I would have kicked the field goal, get the points, because then you cut it to a 1-point possession lead. But, you know, it's been one of them seasons, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's been one of them seasons. I have faith in my Cowboys to win. I'm not going to tell you when, but I do have faith for them to win. I don't think we're just going to go all out and lose. It was a tough game for me to watch. I ain't going to lie to you. It was really tough.
How old is AT&T Stadium, by the way, Dominic? I mean, not Dominic, Matt?
If I'm not mistaken, we moved there in 1999.
1999 to AT&T? Okay.
Yeah.
AT&T Stadium?
Yeah, the new one.
No fucking way. That's like 2012, no?
I know we moved from Irving in 99, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I got to look.
I think you're mistaken. Because anyway, I'm just saying, Dominic says the ceiling was literally falling. Can you believe that?
It really was.
Sheet metal, yeah.
It really was.
I remember before they tore down the Kingdom, it fell apart. It started falling apart during a Mariners
May
game.
27, 2009.
2009, yeah.
So I think it opened the same year as. That's it.
My season right there.
That's for sure.
Oh,
I guess I got to spend 2 minutes talking about the Jets, huh?
Let's do it, because an old divisional rivalry in New York featured the Colts and Jets, and Anthony Richardson, everyone's favorite bust, got the job done 28-27. Randy, shoot it.
Oh, man, you're only going to take 10 seconds? Damn. Fuck. I don't know, man. It felt like they, according to the highlights, I didn't watch the game. I watched another game, but according to the highlights, I mean, we looked like we had this in the bag, and then all of a sudden the fucking Colts came out of nowhere that second half, and man, they just put it to us. I don't know if you guys saw fired general manager today.
I saw that. How you feel about that?
He gone.
How you feel about that, Randy?
Dude, it doesn't fucking matter what we do. All these fucking Jet fans are like, oh, we got a good head coach, got good general manager. Like, does it fucking not ring in your goddamn heads that after 25 goddamn wonderful years of Woody fucking Johnson, that it really does not matter? Like, everybody, like, I saw a fucking thing, a tweet today. We need to get a good head coach. We need to get a good GM that's on the same page, and the owner needs to stop meddling. Hey, asshole, who do you think's gonna fucking hire him? Like, why are you fucking stupid? You don't need to meddle. Somebody's gotta hire the motherfucker. Who's going to do that? The fucking secretary at the front desk? Like, this team is
keep Aaron Rodgers.
Clown show. No, he's not going to. No, you fucking blow it up and you rebuild. It's fucking over, dude. I'll be surprised if we win one more fucking game, dude. We suck. It's a shit show. I don't know what to do anymore, dude. To me, all this is one more fucking rebuild to the next fucking rebuild in 4 more fucking years, dude. So, like I said, it don't matter until Woody Johnson sells the team. It's just like our Angels, boys. Sorry, that's just the way the fuck it is, man.
I ain't gonna lie, you hit the nail on the coffin with that Angels.
I'll just chime in real quick if I can, Randy. Look, to let Anthony Richardson get 2 drives like that, the defense looks like they've given up. As a guy looking on the outside, I think the Jets really need to just dump everyone on offense except Brees, your running back. Shore up that offensive line as much as possible, work on the defense, and try to draft or just bring a free agent in and draft a quarterback. Because right now, I think and then get play calling in there, because the play calling, from what I've seen of Jets games, it's been atrocious, man.
Garbage.
It's terrible. I don't
understand. You still keep Garrett Wilson though.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna stay.
You might have to move a couple.
CD Lamb, he got paid.
You might have to move
it might be you might have to, like, the new regime might have to move these guys to fucking recoup a lot of the picks that we don't have anymore.
Yeah, you might have to move a Gardner too. You never know. So
he can go too. They can all fucking go for all I give a shit.
Yep. Jets are just in the tough.
Like I said, I'm starting to get, dude. I'm really starting to get into that fucking realm of where I am with the Angels with the Jets now, dude. No, dude, as long as fucking Woody's there, dude, it does not matter, dude. All of a sudden this year he decided, I'm sorry, I know I'm going over my time, guys, but he decided, oh, this year I'm going to fire a fucking coach and GM midseason. Never done in 25 fucking years. Best team I had in 25 years. I'm going to fire these fucks.
Yeah.
Hey, he's showing you he's doing something, Randy.
Yeah, he's doing a whole lot of nothing.
Well, now more than ever, we'll have to see what happens, bro. We'll have to see what happens. So,
first of all, my cousin just chimed in. Don't be disrespecting me talking about the Cowgirls, man. Stop. All your fans out there talking about my Cowboys. Okay? You guys are so disrespectful. Y'all lucky.
Look, they've been doing that big D all
Hey.
Okay, now let's talk about a wiener, shall we? Or a winner. And that's my Seattle Seahawks, who are 5-5,
whatever,
3-1 away from home, which is crazy. They win, and again, a game I gave them no credit. Had I picked them, I would have beat Dom this week. But I'm like, no. They had lost 6 in a row to the 49ers coming into this game. The Niners had, I had heard for the first time, Niner fans being skeptical of this, although taking shots at Seahawk fans, but they decided to say, man, we don't trust this team late in games. And that's what happened in this game. Seattle comes back to win this game 20-7. Give me my 2 minutes on this one real quick.
It's all yours, baby.
I will just say this. Look, I was impressed with the Seahawks. I couldn't believe they got the victory. Geno Smith looked crappy at times, but I felt the defense was bend, don't break. And there's times this season where I look at them and I'm like, man, they're pretty good. But then they do stupid things. But in this game, holding McCaffrey to under 100 yards rushing, Jones making all the tackles. They released another tackle. They had their starting center or linebacker. They had a starting center retire in the midweek before this game, and Geno finds a way to drop a snap. The team plays flat. He throws an interception, and yet the defense kept Purdy, honest. They didn't give him any easy plays, no big plays. And I was pretty damn happy with the way the defense played. Now, this is the kind of team this is the kind of game that they got to play against everybody. They can't pick and choose to play like this versus the good teams. Like they hung with Detroit. They've played the Niners good twice, but you can't. I mean, when they play the cheap teams, where is this? Because their fight was around, but it also did help the Seahawks that Nick Bosa went out on the final 2 drives, because on the final 2 drives, the Niners didn't seem to have that pass rush. And Geno was able to pick him apart, and Jigba had 10 more catches for over 110 yards. Metcalf went off. It was a good game. So again, when Geno got the ball down there, I was waiting for an interception. I was waiting for a sack that he normally takes, and somehow, some way, he made 2 spectacular runs. And boy, oh boy, was I rubbing it in Steve Elise's face. I was so happy. I was like, Niners. And she's like, I told you they were going to lose. I'm like, whatever.
Even you thought.
Speaking of excuses, we got one coming in right now, sir, if you want to go ahead and chime this one.
It helps that Seattle had a bye week to prep for no Kittle. No.
He's very true. If you guys didn't have that bye week, y'all would have lost. I'll give you that, Dom. I'll give you that.
Garbage.
Anything to hate on the Seahawks.
But now,
even team up with your fucking foe, the Niners. Little weird, buddy. Little weird.
First of all, don't judge me. Okay? Don't judge me. Okay. Me and Todd go way back. Like Stephen A's hairline, we go back, man. So I gotta poke fun. I gotta poke fun at Todd when we can.
That's why I wear a hat.
But I'll just say this though, like baldness or not, I was able to enjoy this victory. And this division's a shit show. So it's anybody's game.
Congrats to your boys, Toddy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Congrats,
sir.
Todd. You pulled off the win, even though you thought you was going to lose.
That's right.
I sure did. So let's jump into some of the games now of the week, and we'll start off as we covered our three.
Hold on real quick. I just wanted to read Dom's comment real fast. He said the 49ers gave up this game. However, the game completely changed when Nick Bosa left with an injury. Seattle started moving the ball once the pressure went away.
Exactly. Because Geno was able to hold the ball for 5 or 6 seconds without getting sacked. Whereas you can't do that when Nick Bosa's in there. You got like 3 seconds max.
Hey, real quick, Todd, I have a question for you. How'd you feel when Geno hit that Steph Curry?
I thought it was great, but unnecessary at the same time. I'm like, bro, you're 1-5 against the Niners. There's no
Hey, man, you gotta hit it. You gotta hit it one time, man.
I don't know, man. Like, there's some Seahawk broadcasters that are like, hey, he got the monkey off his back, and now we can pay him. I'm like, hey, no, let's draft a quarterback.
You know it's good, man. Stop being so mean to him.
Nah, bro. I think he's done. We've gotten the best out of him. I'll give him that, but he's not a quarterback that we need moving forward. We need another.
Take Russell Wilson back.
Okay, so Washington was
wow.
on the road in Philadelphia to start the week off on November 14th, if you could go all the way back to that. The Eagles and the Commanders. This game went the distance, better than that fight. With Tyson, 26-18, 24 quarter points by the Eagles to win this game. Thoughts on this one? Are the Eagles for real? Because it seems to me between us four guys with Dominique on the show, we kind of overlook the Eagles all year. We don't give them any kind of shine. Is it time to give them their shine?
Go ahead, Matt. You got a minute, baby.
First of all, I hate the Eagles. I got to admit, with Saquon Barkley on their team, they look like a totally different team than last year, 100%. I don't know, man. I picked Washington to win because I thought Jalen Daniels would be a difference maker. It was a good game. I think Eagles are a pretty good team. They might be the real deal. We'll see. We'll see what they do this week against the Rams. On paper, it looks like they should win, but that's going to be a tough challenge for them, being that the Rams is healthy. We'll see what happens. But I got it. It pains me to say this. Got to give the Eagles credit. They're a legit team. They can definitely compete for the NFC Championship. They can even compete in the Super Bowl. Move on. Yes, they are. I'm getting cramps just saying it. Jesus Christ.
Randy, what do you think, my man?
I don't really need a whole minute on this. No, the Eagles, they came out and did what they had to do. I don't know about all that play calling, on Cliff Kingsbury's part. I found myself kind of being like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And Jaden Daniels does not look fully healthy.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't, man. I mean, and it sucks because it kind of puts a damper in his Rookie of the Year campaign, which looked like it could go to Bo Nix at this point. So, I mean, kudos. Kudos to the freaking Eagles, man. I mean, like I said, they had to do what they had to do. They probably weren't going to be a 500 team or whatever, So, I mean, they did what they had to do. It was a close game, though. So,
yeah, they are a team that is probably the most hated and overlooked right now.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't stand the coach, and we'll see where they go. But 8-2
fans can't even stand him.
That's true. But 8-2, the Commanders have another crack at them coming up. So the division ain't over yet. So they get another shot at them. We'll see what happens when they go to Washington.
Why the fuck not? Sonya says he still has no rib wraps. Why?
I don't know.
That should have been day fucking one bullshit.
Well, no, he says his ribs are still wrapped.
Oh, I thought you said okay, I read that wrong.
So he's still dealing with that rib.
He's not fully healthy.
Yeah, but that the defense gave it up though at the end. That shows. I mean, Dan Quinn's got him going in the right direction, but I think they're going to need some more players next year. That's for damn sure. So that moves us back to that Packers game, and we're going to bring this up too because the Bears filed a grievance today with the league about the Packers cheating on the kick block. So they're bitter about that. But as far as the game, guys, we touched on it a little bit. The Packers really didn't dominate this game. The Bears did. If you looked at all the stats, they put up the stats. They moved the ball. The Packers got a couple chunk plays, a couple plays that were iffy at best, a couple that could have been called the other way as far as catches were concerned. And the Bears pretty much played to win this game. They played a typical Chicago Bears type game, but they failed to do one thing, and that was score in the fourth quarter, and that was the difference in a 20-19 win. So we'll revisit this game, guys. Again, was this more of a Packers win as far as a comeback, or was this more of the Bears blowing it?
Go ahead, Matt.
Definitely more of the Bears blowing it because, like you said, the Bears dominated statistically in many categories. I thought the Bears played a pretty good game. I thought the Bears were going to actually win. I was like, wow, this is the first time they're going to win in several years. But for them to file a grievance, look, man, it happened. Unfortunately, they got through. They got a kick block. The league ain't going to, change the call. Just let it go. All right. After that Hail Mary, I'm telling you, man, it's just been downhill for them since. I think that really crushed their spirits, man. To lose a game like that, it's tough. But kudos to their defense. They shut down Jordan Love and the Packers to where they could have had a chance to win. So Bears blew it. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think the Packers should have won that game. It should have been the Bears.
And real quick, Randy, before you get into your rant about this game, are the Packers and the Bears heads right now?
Say it again.
Are the Packers in the Bears heads right now? Are they living rent-free in their head?
Oh, yeah. I would say up in, until the Bears finally beat them. Yeah, fuck yeah.
So what did you think? What do you think that played a part in how the Bears played? Like they had to have certain things, like they were almost scared to make mistakes?
Yeah. I mean, and this is coming from a Jet fan who got his ass their ass kicked regularly by the fucking Patriots. It does, even with the fans, it starts playing a psychological role. Like when we start playing the Patriots, I'm like, oh fuck, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just get scared to fuck because you know it's gonna be a loss. And I think for the Bears, I think it's gonna live right there for a while until they finally fucking beat the Packers and maybe start beating them consistent. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like Matt said, you got to give credit to the Bears. I mean, they came out, they played a hard fought game. They stuck it to the Packers as much as they could. But boys, I said it right here on the show. When after that Hail Mary, that was probably going to send this team reeling. And then we looked at their schedule and we're like, well, there's no fucking way this team's going to make the playoffs anyway. And now, I mean, we thought they were going to beat the Patriots. They didn't. And now they're losing games that we thought they were going to lose. So
yeah, it's definitely not looking good for them at 4-6.
Right.
So that'll move us on now. Good take, boys, by the way. To the Detroit Lions, who are currently 9-1, and they are killing it. They decided to score in every quarter again. You had 4 or 5 touchdowns by Jared Goff. I mean, the numbers were gaudy. This is like video game status, 52-6. This is their second blowout in as many weeks of another team. And guys, we've seen teams go on Super Bowl runs, and they do this. They blow out. I mean, there's those teams like Kansas City who barely wins, and you're like, how did this team win? And they get to the playoffs, and they're solid. Detroit is putting up points and making statements.
Remember that 18-1 fucking Patriots team?
Yes. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, what do you guys think and make of Detroit?
Floor's all yours, brother.
I don't need much time. I'm just going to say it straight up. The Lions are the best team in the NFL right now. I think they should have gave them a little mercy rule. I'm just saying. God dang, they put up 50. It was over at the first quarter. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But hey, you put your foot on someone's neck, you better step on it. So that's what they did. So I got to give the Lions credit. They're the best team in football. They got the best running back duo. Jared Goff is the perfect quarterback for that team. You got a good tight end in Laporta. Their defense is still good, even though they lost Hutchinson. They added defense in the trade. They're the best team in football, man. There ain't no question about it. And I got to give credit to their head coach, man. He ain't scared to make no calls, man. There ain't a call he ain't afraid to call, man. So give him credit. He got that team perfectly. Yeah, they might not lose another game.
Randy?
I mean, yeah, Matt, he hit the nail on the head. I mean, this is one of the best teams in football, if not the best team in fucking football. And we're talking about a league with Kansas City led by Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. The Lions thus far, I think in 7 of their games have scored 25 or more points. In 5 of those games, they've scored 30 or more points. And then I looked at the stats. I can't believe that Jared Goff only has 20 fucking touchdown passes. That's it, dude.
He don't need to. Jamar Gibbs is
I know, but I'm just saying as many points as these fucking guys score, like 20, that's it. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, as shitty as we fucking look, I mean, this is what's crazy about the league. You got Jared Goff, whose team looks really fucking hot every week. He's only got 20 touchdowns. Then you got Aaron Rodgers, the Jets, and he's got 17 fucking touchdowns. So, like, I mean, the Lions right now, the way they're playing, I know my time's up. They're right there with my Super Bowl favorites, man. As far as getting there, man, in the NFC, they're fucking smoking hot.
Yeah, someone would really have to have a good day to beat Detroit in Detroit, with the way that place goes crazy. If they get what is it called? The first round bye.
Kudos to Lions fans. I'm happy for you guys, man. You deserve it.
them.
And I'll just say this too with Detroit. You know, they are such a good team. We remember teams in the 90s like the Cowboys, Packers, and 49ers who would blow out teams during the regular season, right? And then they go into the playoffs, and they get their W's, and they were just dominant, right? And we've seen it from college football teams too. They don't care about rolling up the score. There's no gentleman's handshake. They don't care, and I think the Lions are bringing some of that heat. So,
and you know what makes me happy about the Lions, and as good as they're doing, I'm not a Lions fan by any means, but remember when Goff was just basically a throw-in to get the Matthew Stafford deal done? Yeah, some throw-in.
If Goff didn't look like Big Bird, they would get a lot more hype.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna lie, he do like Big Bird.
Fucking Mario.
Now let's talk about two teams going in exact opposite directions. Literally, their records are flipped around. Check this out. The Vikings are now 8-2 with a 23-13 victory over Tennessee. They are 4-1 on the road. The Titans go to 2-8 and 1-4 at home. So everything's flipped. Will Levis is, I think, by far the worst quarterback, or at least one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. The Vikings now have still a favorable schedule until the last 2 weeks of the season. They've got the Bears at Chicago, the Cardinals at home. They got the Falcons at home, the Bears at home, and then they go to Seattle at home versus Green Bay, and then at Detroit to close out the year. But the Vikings 8-2, still only a game back. Are they fool's gold, people, or are they really that good?
I'm glad I'm going to take this one first because I want to see Randy's reaction when I say Sam Darnold. What? You know what I'm saying, Randy? You know, you missed it.
I know what you're saying. I know what you said last week, and I know what didn't fucking happen, but go ahead.
What you talking about? Sam Darnold was doing his thing, baby.
He's not even in the passing leaders, so okay. He didn't throw 3 touchdowns.
I did say he was going to throw.
He did. A whole lot of other people did too, and they got suckered into that.
Did he throw 2 touchdowns?
2. I was wrong too. I said 1, so we were, both right in the middle of both of ours. But all I know is you was wrong after all that shit you were fucking talking.
Who got the W? That's why I got the purple on today, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
No, look. Hey, I think Minnesota is one of those Cinderella teams. You know what I'm saying? You know, some days they look good, and then at 12 o'clock they turn into you know what. So I don't know, but we'll see. I think Minnesota is not really the real deal, but they're real enough to compete. So I like Sam Darnold though. I just love it. I just love to throw it in Randy's face. Pause.
We'll see.
Whatever.
I bet you wish you had Sam Darnold right.
Why he wouldn't come here and do anything anyway? Come on, man.
Oh, he'll do better than Aaron Rodgers.
How? How? So listen. I'll give the Vikings their fucking due. They're a decent 7 seed if they happen if the NFC happens to shape out that way. But I tell you, they're a one and done playoff team if that's the fucking case. They're scaring nobody. I mean, not Sam Darnold in the playoffs doesn't scare anybody. So kudos to the Vikings, but I know he didn't throw 3 touchdowns, and so that's all that matters. That's where Maddie was wrong.
Why you gotta do that to me, Randy? Why you gotta do that to me?
I tell you, man, our clips from the last show, they were phenomenal.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
That was
So let's go on to the next game, and it was the Dolphins winning in Miami. No surprise here against the Raiders.
Love it.
But I will ask you guys this poignantly as they win 34-19. Is this too little too late for the Dolphins? As sitting at 4-6, their next opponents are the Patriots at home, the Packers in Green Bay, at home against the Jets, at Texans, at home against the 49ers, and to close out the year on the road in Cleveland and New York Jets. Do they have a chance of getting to the postseason?
Well, you know what I say last week? I said the Dolphins are running it. Didn't I say that, Randy?
Yeah.
Didn't I say that? So, yeah.
I ain't done it yet. So.
They got a favorable. It just takes one, baby. It takes one.
They're taking baby steps right now.
Baby steps. And then Tua's going to come back and win it. I'm telling you. They might not
sit there and tell me you wouldn't be surprised if fucking New England beat them this week.
Eat them.
New England always beats Miami.
Not this year. You know why? Because I said so. They're not. I'm telling you. The Chiefs messed me up because they were supposed to be undefeated, but we'll get to that later. But anyways, the Dolphins running it. They're going to take it. If the Bills lose a few more games, they win the division. It's simple. Tua is back. Tua is back. I know you hate the Dolphins. I know that you guys are going to leave comments saying I'm crazy, but check this out. The Dolphins is taking it.
Can you pull up the Bills schedule?
Let's look at the Bills schedule.
We got to do that.
We don't?
No, we ain't got to do that.
Why
not?
Because it's about the Dolphins right now.
Don't it?
Who the Bills got?
The Bills got the 49ers at home. They go to LA to play the Rams.
Win.
Dude, they go to Detroit.
Loss.
And then they got at home against the Patriots, at home against the Jets, on the road against the New England Patriots.
God dang it! Why they got to?
That's 5-1 in the season.
Look, they can lose the first three, but they ain't gonna lose the last three. That's a guarantee. They're gonna kill the Jets.
Who were the first three again?
They got the Niners.
Yeah.
The Lions and who
Niners couldn't beat the Seahawks.
They got the Niners, Rams, and Lions.
Rams could beat them. They're healthy. The Niners can get right and beat them. Could. And you know they're gonna lose to Detroit. There's no question about that.
Did you see Josh Allen?
I saw Josh Allen, okay? But do you see Detroit? Do you see Detroit? Do you see the Rams and Matthew Stafford?
That's the game I think they'll lose. They're going to go 5-1 on that schedule.
Is secretly is one of the top quarterbacks right now in the game this season, especially in fantasy. I'm just saying, Matthew Stafford's been killing it.
Stafford is insane. What do you think, Randy?
I think we both got ours in there.
Okay. So we got real quick, Randy. We got Dominic. He's in the I don't know if you see him, if you could pull him up.
No, I don't see him. Oh.
Yeah, he's right down
there. Is that Dom?
All right, 1 second. Let me do some editing here real quick.
All right, while you're doing that, let's talk about what happened with the Rams and Patriots. The Rams go to Foxborough and score 28 points between the second and third quarter, while the Patriots are only able to muster one score at a time. They had a chance on the last drive, but threw a pick. The Rams hold on 28-22 to improve to 5-5 as the Rams sit there with anybody.
Being disrespectful too. Is that Dom?
There he is.
My guy,
Mr. Pick'em of the Week.
Well, with all the smoke you guys are smoking up and doping up right now, the Dominator had to come on in and save the fucking day.
That loud pack over here, Dom. We smoking that loud pack.
I've been watching the show, and I apologize. I'm driving home from Huntington Beach, so I'm going to be safe. So you probably won't see my face much this show. But
for a second, it looked like a Seahawks jersey. But go ahead.
Please, I just ate dinner. Please don't make me vomit my dinner. Let's not go there. Let's be that. I'm going to be short because I don't want to cut too much of the show off. Thank you for the Dominator doing his business this week because, that song is amazing. We got to keep playing that every single fucking day.
No.
But, no. Seattle, tip of the cap to them. They came in prepped, ready to go. My butt was clinched the whole game, and it doesn't surprise me that the Niners, once again, shit their pants to a divisional opponent. So, Todd, congrats to you. Thank you for ruining my freaking Sunday. And the Niners better get better because, like I put in the chat, they must win 3 of the next 4 and beat the Rams and the Cardinals. If any of that does not go according to plan, they are done, over, put them away. It is over. Guaranteed, no doubt about it.
That fast, Dom, you can't give up on your team that fast.
No, I'm not giving up. I'm just speaking. I'm speaking facts. They have to win 3. I'm doing mathematics here, folks. 3 out of 4, the next 3 out of 4, and then they have to beat Arizona and the Rams down the line. If they don't, that's 5 out of 6 wins. If they don't pull that off, see ya, because I already have Detroit marked as a loss on the calendar because Detroit they're that guy. They're that team.
Yeah. I mean,
Detroit is where San Francisco was last year.
Detroit's a juggernaut, dude. So, I mean, like I said before, I mean, I want to believe in my Hawks, but I got to see it, back-to-back weeks, and it's tough. You know the feeling, too. I mean, the Niners are right there. They're Jekyll and Hyde. That entire division is. And I just love how the uninformed fans of social media and the national media just assumes that because the Cardinals are 6-4, they're the best team in that division. That is the stupidest take you can have. There's no doubt they won't win.
They're not.
Respect on them Cardinals, Todd.
There is no respect for the recards.
Arizona is the contender to win the NFC West right now because their schedule is 100% shit. They still have New England. They still have Carolina. They have 2 against Seattle. They could lose both to Seattle and still win the division, in my opinion, because their schedule is that bad.
They could.
What you mathing over there, Randy?
You know?
Bill Parcells says you are what your record says you are.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
What are you mathing over there, man?
I was calculating what Bill Parcells was saying.
Gee. Well, on that note, guys, I'm going to be on. I will give my takes for the pick'ems, but I am hopping on the freeway, so you will not see my face the rest of the show. But I am here in spirit, and I will give my picks.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. All right, so if he mutes right there, or we can mute him either way until the picks. Browns improved to 2-8 as they lose 35-14 in the Big Easy. No good coming home story for Jameis Winston, as he was not licking any fingers in this one. This was a terrible game. Taysom Hill, 3 touchdowns, 7 carries, 138 yards. You look, the Jets, for all they have, and this is not to throw anything on you, Randy, as much as you think you have problems, you could be the Browns. Let's just say that. You could be the Browns.
Yeah, fuck that. Factory of sadness. Yeah. You want to know some little piece of trivia?
Let's hear it.
If it wasn't the movie Draft Day, ended up being the Browns. The only reason the Browns got it because the Jets turned it down. That's a fact I heard when they were releasing the movie, because apparently the Jets thought it made him look bad when they read the script. And I was like, "Fuck that movie's awesome. What are you talking about?" I love it anyway.
Any thoughts on this game, or should we just move on because it's sad?
No, all I know is, man, if you wouldn't have picked the fucking Browns, bro, you'd have won this week.
Oh, it was me? I picked the Browns?
You picked Cleveland.
Yeah, I picked the Browns too, man. I thought that. But
what an idiot! What an idiot!
Don't do what Matt does, bro. What are you doing?
First of all, okay.
I love it. I love it. Let's move on to probably one of the games of the week, which lived up to what it usually does, which is to a good football game, a tight scoring game, 18-16. Steelers defeat the Ravens. Russell Wilson played just good enough. Lamar Jackson was held in check. The Ravens defense played good. So did the Steelers. But what this came down to, fellas, and do you believe it's justified? Justin Tucker was thrown under the bus by Harbaugh. Now, this is a guy who's going to the Hall of Fame, one of the most accurate field goal kickers of all time. And just because he's had a rough patch here of 2 or 3 games, do you think it's justified that Harbaugh throws his kicker under the bus, or do you think he's overreacting?
Go ahead, Matty.
Overreacting. Look, Tucker has been the best kicker in the league for the past few years. He just had a bad day. I ain't gonna lie. He just had a bad day. You know, if he made 2 of those, even 1 of those field goals, they win. which they should have because I picked them. God dang it! But it was just a clean, hard-nosed divisional game between the Steelers and the Ravens, and the Steelers won without no offensive touchdown. Can you believe that?
6 field goals.
6 field goals and you win? Hey man, it was just one of them. It was just one of them games, man.
Steeler defense, baby.
Steeler defense, old school Steeler defense versus Ravens. And the Ravens defense stepped up too. I mean, you allowed only field goals. Got to give them credit.
Yeah.
It was a good game. Came down to a 2-point conversion. Didn't convert it. There's your ball game. So good win for the stinking Steelers. I hate them too.
I mean, I won't take too much time on this. I just know I saw a stat. God, I think it was earlier today. The Steelers fucking own the Ravens, but since I think it's Lamar, I think it's like 1-4 or 1-5 or something against the Steelers since being a starter in Baltimore. So I just feel like the Steelers kind of own Lamar as good as he is and good as the Ravens offense is, man. It's just Matty, you say it all the time on this show, divisional games, man. They can be real fucking unpredictable. They can either be a shootout or they could be one of the most boring fucking games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but kudos to the Steelers. I mean, I think 3 or 4 of us picked the fucking Steelers. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Shout out to Cow Flippers. She's Team Matt.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, the Steelers.
First of all, that's the best team to be on.
Let's move on.
Fucking Todd's like, no, not this week.
Let's move on.
You know what?
Let's go to a game that was as disappointing as Matt's last take. The Broncos and Falcons.
You go too far.
Oh, man.
The Broncos and Falcons. This game was supposed to be a Falcons win and maybe a close one, but Denver turned it on and made it look easy. Bo Nix in the press conference afterwards said, "This is the kind of game that you love." He's never had one of these before. And he acted like he was a wily veteran because the Falcons let him feel like one, and they blew the Falcons out and Kirk Cousins 38-6. I know it's not going to affect the division, boys, but that can't be a measure of your team, right? Or a character building loss, right? You got blown out by a team that, granted, is getting better, but are they 32 points better?
Hey, look, man, that was a game where I thought the Falcons was going to get right, but it felt like a trap game because I thought the Falcons should have won that game. You want to take the lead in your division. I know they already up a game in their division, but you take advantage of it. But give credit to the Broncos. They have been playing pretty good football under the radar this whole season. They could have beaten some good teams this season, but lost some close games. So the Broncos, hey man, watch out, man. They could make some noise, man. They might not make the playoffs, but damn it, they can. Hey, if you one game away from going to the playoffs, and you play the Broncos, you better think twice, baby. It might be over for you.
I'm
just saying. Just keep it in 100.
That's a good take. Makes up for your last one.
Hey, cow slippers, man. That's all I'm saying. Cow slippers.
No, I'll say this, man. I know Matt was the only one that picked the Falcons in this one. Shocker.
I was?
Yeah.
Don't make me.
Come on, dude.
You are what your record says you are.
Don't do that to me, man.
Yes, sir. No, hey, this is what I took from this game. I took that the Broncos could be a sneaky set. Like I said, it really depends how these conferences shape up, but it could either be a sneaky 7 or they could be a real thorn in the fucking side the rest of the way out. But I will say this. I still quite don't know if the Falcons will win the South. I mean, I know the Buccaneers are 4-6, but it's anybody's division in my opinion. I do not any longer take the Falcons as a serious contender. Maybe a one and done in the playoffs, if they win the division or whatever. But as far as being a serious contender,
well, I'll tell you what, the Falcons, 3 out of their last 6 games are very winnable. They do go to San Diego after the bye, or the Chargers.
Lost.
And then you're at Atlanta, or not at Atlanta, I'm sorry, at the Vikings. So Kirk Cousins comes home. Then you're at Vegas. You're at home against the Giants. You're at Washington, and then you're home against Carolina to close out the year. Does 9-8 get you in the postseason or winning that division?
Probably in that division, yeah.
In that division, yeah. Yeah. Unless Evans get back and
Shit, 8-9 might get you a fucking division title in that division.
Hey, 7-9, bring back memories.
I saw somebody, and I know it's probably not supposed to be true, but somebody talked about made a joke about the Carolina Panthers possibly playing for the first overall pick and the division.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing to think about, though, guys. You heard that schedule I put out there for the Falcons real quick before we move on. But the Falcons, or not the Falcons schedule, the Buccaneers schedule the rest of the way. They go to New York to play the Giants. They go to Carolina to play the Panthers. They're home against the Raiders. They're on the road in LA to play the Chargers. They're at Dallas. They're at home against Carolina, and they're at home against the Saints.
Good Lord, man. That's the easiest schedule there is.
I only see one loss with the Chargers.
Loss. That's it. Maybe if the Cowboys. No.
So if that holds up right there, 5 out of their last 6, that makes them 9-8.
Yeah.
Or actually, that makes them. I'm sorry. That
makes them what?
They're 4-6 right now.
Yeah, that's 5-6 games. That'll make them 10 wins.
No,
10-7.
If they go 6-1, that'll make them 10 and
10 wins.
Yeah, 10-7.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
We'll
Real
see.
quick, and my apologies to Todd on this one. I didn't answer his question, but Mario did, and I'll piggyback off him about the kicker. I don't mind behind the scenes if a coach throws anybody under the fucking bus. Or even in a post game. Like, if you fucking fucked up, then you should hear about it. When it comes to kickers, though, on the field, leave them the fuck alone. Don't fuck with their fucking heads. Don't get in their fucking brains. Don't fuck with their psyches. Nothing. Leave them the fuck alone. Fuck with them in the locker room at the end of the game. That's my whole fucking take on kickers, man. So.
Okay, I respect that. I forgot. Yeah, and you didn't give your take on that one. Good looking out. Now we go to the game of the day, and that was Kansas City at Buffalo. Kansas City suffers their first loss. They go to 9-1, 4-1 on the road, while the Bills improve to 5-0 at home, 9-2 at home, or 9-2 overall. They win 30-21. Josh Allen takes a huge couple hits, but carries people into the end zone anyway to salt this one away. Kermit the Frog loses for the first time. Is this a game that could sway home field advantage? Do you see the Chiefs losing a game or two down the stretch, or the Bills losing a game or two? Who's going to have home field advantage, and will these two teams match up again? Go.
Look, man.
I say, Todd, while we're doing this, bring up those two schedules.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, you should do that. I'm going to say this. Look, the Chiefs went, 300-something games without losing for days without losing. I picked them to go undefeated. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. It's okay. We'll let them win in the regular season. But when it counts, they're not going to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. Hey, come on now. It was a good game. I'll give Josh Allen that credit. That was a good run from a quarterback. He trucking them dudes, man. He's like 6'5", 240. That's a big boy. So I'm going to say this, though. But the Chiefs, I ain't worried about them. They're gonna redeem themselves. They're gonna make the playoff. They're gonna take home field advantage. They're gonna win the next game. It's gonna be over. They're gonna win the Super Bowl again.
Randy,
I think the Bills are fucking hungry, man. I
feed them.
I don't know. Like Sonia said, NFL will make sure the Kansas City has home field advantage. She's probably right. At this point, it's kind of pick your poison. Where are you going to fucking play your January games? Buffalo or Kansas City? Either way, it's going to be fucking brutal. But I think the NFL really is going to try their best to try and get Kansas City to three-peat. I don't know if they're just going to hand it to them, but I think they're going to try their best. Buffalo's a real thorn in the side. We saw that, especially that last play in the last, with the last 2 minutes with Josh Allen. I was like, holy shit, dude. I mean, the guy's a stud. But as far as home field advantage, I don't know. Buffalo does tend to, down the stretch, kind of maybe lose a game they probably shouldn't have, which could be the fucking Jets.
Well, let's talk about the schedules remaining, as Randy told me to right here. We'll pick them up. In my opinion, you got 3 cupcakes and you got 4 iffies. So let's see what you guys think about this one. This is the Chiefs' remaining 7 games. They have at Carolina.
When
they're at home against the Raiders.
When
they're at home against the Chargers.
when
They're at Cleveland.
Ooh.
That's a dub.
And then they're at home against the Texans. And then to finish the year on the road in Pittsburgh and Denver.
Okay. Realistically, the first 3 games they should win. Chargers could be a good battle. The Broncos could give them a good other battle, and the Steelers could too. They could lose 2 of those games.
Yeah. I think they'll probably lose 2, which put them at what? 14-3?
14
Yeah.
3.
And what's Buffalo's record?
Buffalo is currently 9-2.
Okay.
So here's their remaining schedule. They play the 49ers on Peacock.
Win.
That's debatable.
Then they're at LA to face the Rams.
That's
Win.
That's a tough one. And here's a big boy. They're at Detroit.
Oh, loss.
That's a guaranteed loss.
They're at home, though, to face the Patriots, and then they're at home to face the Jets, and then on the road in New England.
Win. Like I said, they're going to go 3-3.
They're going to go 3-3.
Realistically, I see them losing 2 games.
4-2.
For sure, the Detroit Lions. And it's a toss-up between the Niners and Rams.
So if Randy's right, 4-2, and because that Matt had them
puts them both at 13-3, which Buffalo would hold the tiebreaker.
Yeah, if they got to 14-3, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We'll see how that plays out, man. But
top seed in the AFC should be interesting the rest of the way.
That should be, because you guarantee that game off, and then you have home field advantage. And if you have home field advantage in Buffalo, snow, we've seen it in Kansas City, temperatures below freezing. So, yeah, big advantage for either team.
We got Rally Chris chiming in. Hey, Rally Chris, the Chiefs are sweeping. The Chiefs are sweeping. Just saying. They're getting the broom out right now.
Oh, no.
They're getting the broom out right now, man. Wow. I guarantee. I'll give you one of my brooms, too. I got plenty.
There you go. So now that gets us to the Sunday night Peacock game, which was the Bengals pretty much saying, good night, everybody. We're done for the season. Their defense was pathetic. And the Chargers, I mean, I haven't seen the Chargers play like this. The Harbaugh effect is in full effect.
Yeah.
This team is playing outstanding defense, although that was the most points they've given up all season. Mm-hmm. But outstanding defense all in all. They run the ball and control the clock. And again, to me, and I think Steve Leese's brother, who's a big-time Chargers fan, he said, you know what? I'm glad they got rid of Eckler, Williams, and who's the other guy, Allen, because they're always injured. They always fumble or drop passes. And you know what? He ain't lying. This Charger team with new players looks a hell of a lot better as they defeat the Bengals and send them to 4-7, while the Chargers are just 2 games back of the Chiefs.
I'm not going to lie. In the beginning of the season, when I saw they got rid of Eckler, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams, I was like, hey, man, they might be obviously they're in rebuild mode, but they might be a year or 2 away from, being a contender. Mm-hmm. Man, they shut me up, man. I didn't believe I believe Harbaugh. I like Harbaugh. He's a good coach. So I thought it was going to be at least a year or 2 process. But, man, he jumped the gun on this one.
Yeah, he did.
7-3. Defense is looking great. Got to give them credit. Just got to. They're the Clippers of the football in LA. You know what I'm saying? I'm just did I say that? I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah, I mean, J.K. Dobbins is playing really good. And he's injury prone, and surprisingly, he hasn't got hurt. Justin Herbert, I know you don't like him, Randy. Another jab at you when I can. You know what I'm saying? He's been playing pretty good. You got to give him credit, right? Hey. Overall, give the Chargers credit, Randy. Rally Chris, I'm giving your team credit. Okay. I'm giving them some credit. They ain't gonna do nothing though. Nothing.
Nope.
Guaranteed.
I give the Chargers their credit. I mean, they're playing some good fucking football. I mean, and it really comes down, in my opinion, to coaching. I mean, you went from who was that motherfucker? Staley?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Staley.
The hardball, man. I mean, it's a night and day fucking difference. I mean, they're playing hardball kind of ball. They're not putting everything into Herbert's hand. That's why he's probably looking a lot better. He's not looking erratic. They're not putting everything on his shoulder, which they shouldn't. You know, you should have eased him into the game to begin with. But the one thing that just blows my fucking mind about this whole thing is the fact that Cincinnati is where they are. And Joe Burrow, if they were in playoff contention, would probably be fucking going for the MVP, dude. 3,000 fucking yards, 27 touchdowns, I think it is, till 4 interceptions or whatever. Like, holy shit, dude. Like it just goes to show just how important coaching is in this fucking league, man.
Absolutely. And by the way, too, Charger fans on Instagram are loving it too. They're saying bolt up. So we're getting that as well.
Congratulations, Chargers. You got something to root for this year.
Chargers are doing really good. Absolutely.
They should go back to San Diego. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree. Now we move on to everyone's favorite part of the show. That is rapid fire picks between all of us, the panelists, and you in the comments. You can leave your picks there and we will tally those up and give you the winners of the week as we did earlier in the show. And why not review that with Randy before we get Dominic back in here? Randy, give us a shout out to who won this week. Maybe you don't have to play that song anymore, but can you at least save us?
We don't want to
know. Give us the standings of what we did so far this season and also what we did this week.
You know what? I thought the music was about to start playing. I'm about to God.
Oh, man, I had to. I just fucking had to. Anyways, let's get into this one more again. Dominator, 12-2, takes first place, steals it from Todd, who also goes 12-2 there in second place. 11-3 gets me third place. And down there in the Welp I Tried section, under 500, Mr. Matty Matt, all that bullshit that he talked. Nothing he said last week came to fruition. So, yeah. Anyways, Mario on the viewer side takes, I think he corrected me in the chat 3 weeks in a row, if I'm not mistaken. If I fuck that up again, Mario, let me know. I will correct myself. Grillmaster plays for the first time this week, going 11-3, second place. Good job there, Grilly. And Mateo coming in at third at 10-4. Sonia coming down there at fourth at 9-5, and joining Matt in the Welp I Tried section. A flipped record, though, at 8-6 for Rob. For us here on the show, Dom improves to 113-53. Matt improves to 101-65. Myself to 97-69. Todd to 96-70. Currently, I'm 4 games, while Todd's 5 games out of second, baby. Let's go. This is going to be a fun week, man. A lot of divisional fucking matchups, baby.
This can move anyway.
I'll beat Mario this week. I guarantee.
I'm taking second place this week, sucker. You better get ready.
Let's go for it. Bring it on.
So let's start it, boys and girls. It's week 12 of the NFL season. Let's start off with a Thursday prime video matchup with a team that is going nowhere fast and a team that is ascending and to the throne that they've always had, which is the beast of that AFC North. The Pittsburgh Steelers 8-2, 4-1 away against the Browns, 2-8, 1-4, hapless at home. Tickets going as low as $39. The weather will be 40 degrees and lots of rain. Pittsburgh is only a 3.5-point favorite, and 36.5 is your over-under. Let me take first crack at this, shall we? 20 seconds, rapid fire. Here we go. So the game in Cleveland, this is a rivalry game. You can say, toss the records aside. This is going to be anybody's contest. No! Russell Wilson, a guy who I thought was dead, is going to lead the Steelers to their 9th victory, and Tomlinson will continue for Tomlin to dominate the Browns. Book it!
All right, Matty.
Do I really need 20 seconds for this?
Yes.
I mean, the Steelers are.
Well, your record, you might want to do some
Hey,
well
man,
thought out.
okay. You know what? Smoking that loud pack. I got the Browns to lose.
I was gonna say you better have the Browns to lose. Let's chime in with Dom real quick. Dom, are you there?
Oh, he there.
Hello, folks.
All right, Dom, you're 20 seconds on the clock. Pittsburgh and the Browns, baby. Give it to me.
Well, I'm currently driving home from Anaheim Hills, and the Pittsburgh Steelers kicking Baltimore's ass. I've heard everything you guys have been saying, and I don't care if you can kick a ball, throw a ball, run a ball. Pittsburgh's going to do it all, and they're going to shove it up the Browns' ass, going to look like a nice turd hitting the Steelers.
Randy.
All right. Hey, let me get my 20 seconds in here. You know what? We're all on board. I mean, come on. We're talking about the fucking Browns here, man. They're always deep in the butthole of everything. So, yeah, it's Pittsburgh all the way. That defense is going to smash. I wouldn't be surprised if Jameis Winston has another 3 interception kind of day. Give me the Steelers 27-14, baby.
Ooh, okay. So with that game recap, let's rapid fire into the Sunday. And believe me, we're seeing your picks on the comments, so keep them firing in on the comments. Vikings go into Chicago to play the Bears. Vikings 8-2, the Bears 4-6, but also 4-2 at home. Tickets going as low as $122, 46 degrees and partly cloudy with some sunshine. Minnesota 3.5-point favorites on the road. Over under is 39.5. Shoot it.
Go.
You know, I don't like the Vikings in Darno, and I don't like the Bears. You know how I feel about Caleb Williams, but I'm going to go with Mario's team in this game for the upset.
What?
I got the Bears to get a victory over the Minnesota Vikings because I think Matt's division games are division games. It falls into that category.
I love it. I love it.
I'm sorry. I was already congratulating myself on second place for the week. Go ahead, Matt.
You know what? Divisional games are divisional games, and Todd does have a point. The Bears could have won last week. I'm just saying. I might have to jump on the bandwagon and go for the. No, I ain't doing that. Give me the Vikings.
Sir Dominic, you are on the clock. Bears, Vikings.
Well, in Minnesota, they talk about skull all the time, and that's their big chant. Give me the Vikings in this game, and it's going to be a masterclass in Minnesota defense. I'm going to say a minimum of 4 sacks against Caleb Williams and 1 defensive touchdown if it's a pick 6 or a fumble recovery. Minnesota, eh?
You know what? I'm going to be right there with him. I'm going Minnesota. The Bears are going to get skull fucked. Yep. The Bears, I told you, the Bears are just reeling, man. They're going to keep reeling. We've been down this schedule multiple times every fucking week. They're done. They're done. Give me the Vikings.
All right. So 3 out of 4 right there. Could I be the only idiot to pick them?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Well, me and Mario. Let's move on now to Detroit. Going into Indianapolis to play the Colts. Is this a trap game or another blowout? Lions are 9-1, 5-0 on the road. Colts are 5-6, 3-2 at home. Tickets going as low. You can sit in the upper deck for $214. Detroit is a 7-point favorite. 49.5 is a high over under, and they're in the dome, so no weather. So let's go. As much as I would like to think this is a trap game, Anthony Richardson's not going to repeat what he did last week. I think Detroit is all over him defensively. I think this gets ugly by the third quarter. Give me the Lions in a roaring. See what I did there?
Route. What you did there.
See what you did there.
Moving on.
All right, Matt.
Believe it or not, I think the Colts might put up a fight.
Yeah.
It's going to be closer than you think.
No.
I'm going to say the Lions is going to win for sure. But it might be a little close game, man. It might be that Patriots-Rams last week. I'm just saying.
All right, Dom, you are on the clock. Detroit, Indianapolis.
Is there a question? Really? Like, I'll give credit to Anthony Richardson for balling out last week and, sorry, Randy, rallying against your Jets. But we've already discussed this. Detroit's a juggernaut. Give me the Lions in a big one.
Whoa.
You know what? He's not lying. I think so. See what I did there?
Oh. Not going
No, man. I think the Lions, I think the Colts are going to come crashing back to earth this week. They got lucky. They got the fucking Jets this past week. Everybody fucks us. So give me the Lions 45-14, baby. Let's go.
Oh, Fernando checks in, by the way, real quick, guys. He says, Matt is wearing Cowboy stuff, unlike anyone here in the Metroplex.
Well, first of all,
Oh, great.
I'm always going to rock my Cowboy no matter what. I'm loyal.
Hey, boys, that D stands for depression.
Hey, man, don't start with that bullshit.
Man, I got to be disrespectful at some point. D is for disrespectful.
That's disrespectful.
And speaking of disrespect, will there be disrespect in Miami when the Miami Dolphins host the Patriots? Brady used to go there and have trouble. Without Brady, the Patriots have been miserable there. Are the Dolphins going to have another get-right game? That's what we're going to talk about here. 3-8 versus 4-6. We talked about their chances of making the playoffs. This has to be a game that they win. Tickets going as low as $62. It's also going to be 73 degrees, a little humid, and sunshine. Miami is a touchdown favorite. 45.5 is the over-under. Let me take that 20 seconds. I'll make it quick. Dolphins look much better. Are they playoff caliber? Yet to be seen. Can they win some games down the stretch? Absolutely. But one thing and one thing only is going to prevent or help them make the playoffs, and that is Tua's head. Can they keep him upright? Can he go another week without a concussion? I say they do, and they win.
All right, Maddie.
Oh, you already know who I'm picking. Hey, I've been raving on the Dolphins for the past week. But, yeah, give me the Dolphins to win this one. I think with Tua back under center, they're a better team, a different team, and they're going to dominate. I'm just saying. It's over. Give me the Dolphins.
Oh, Dom, you're up. You got to unmute yourself since you muted. But you are on the clock, my brother. New England, Miami.
It's hotter in Miami. It's nasty. We talk about weather for the Dolphins all the time. And even though New England is on the rise, Drake May's a nice young quarterback. The Dolphins are a little bit healthier on the offensive side of things. I think they get this one. Close game than more people think because New England's getting better, but give me the Dolphins.
You know, I'm right. There's in lockstep with Dom and everything he just said. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. Divisional game, they usually are. But this isn't the old Patriots, Dolphins of old. Tom Brady's long gone. And like Dom said, Dolphins are just a little bit healthier. So give me the Dolphins 27-24.
Now, I have a task for you guys. The next 5 games next 5 games, can we buck against the trend, the favorites? Is anyone going to pick the underdogs in these next 5 games? Because on paper, they all look like they should be one-sided. So let's get into it. The very first game is going to be Buccaneers at New York Giants. Giants 0-5 at home. Buccaneers 4-6. We went over their record. It's going to be 51 degrees and partly cloudy. Tickets going as low as $43. Tampa Bay's a 5.5-point favorite. 41.5 is your over-under. I'll take first dibs on this one.
All right.
I actually believe this is the first game of many wins for the Buccaneers to close out the season. And I do think the Giants defense will keep them in it for about 2.5 quarters, and then the floodgates open up. So I like the Bucs in this one to cover.
I agree. I got the Bucs.
He finished up the last 2 seconds.
That was my 20 seconds.
All right, Dom, you're on the clock.
Man, if I don't know if you guys heard the highlights that Daniel Jones is out and the Italian stallion Tommy DeVito is the starting quarterback for the Giants now. So with that being said, Mike Evans is coming back. He'll hopefully be healthy. Baker Mayfield, we trust. Give me the Bucs in a big one.
That's what
Again, I'm right there with you guys. I the Giants are the Giants. I mean, they're now benching their all-star quarterback for the backup. So, Mike Evans is coming back, and Tampa Bay's just the better squad, give me the Bucks, man. 28-13.
So we all agree on that one. So that's game one down. Let's see what happens in game two. This one might be interesting. Now, this game used to be a rivalry when one team didn't change its name. And it also used to be a rivalry when, the one team was good. And it's just not the same for either team right now. Tickets going as low as $122, 52 degrees and partly cloudy in Washington when the Commanders, formerly known as the Redskins, take on the Dallas team, formerly known as the Cowboys. 3-7 versus 7-4. A 10.5 point favorite are your Washington Commanders.
Why are they doing me like that?
You ready, Todd?
I'm ready.
Go for it.
Don't do stuff.
Do it.
I'll spend about 10 seconds just laughing. No, sorry. Look, Washington is the better team. I mean, the Cowboys, come on. You're going with Rush again. I mean, the Cowboys are cooked. I'm sorry, Matt, but them boys have not been them boys. And something you're not hearing from Dallas is, how about them Cowboys?
All right, Matty.
See, man. I don't even know how I feel about this. Don't y'all all stop laughing at me.
You know how you feel.
I in my heart, you know who I'm picking. You better give me the
You better. You got second place on the line this week, baby.
Give me the Redskins.
All right, Big Dom. Cowboys, Redskins, baby. What you got?
Honestly, the good old song is called Deep in the Heart of Texas. And Texas is like a well-done steak. They are cooked, they are fried, they are nasty, they are rubber. Give me the Commanders and a big one for Jaden Daniels. He gets back on track.
Randy.
All right. We all know I'm rocking with my Commanders, baby. Come on. Been on that bandwagon all year. I said this on the show last week. As a Jet fan, I know what sucks looks like, and sucks reared its ugly head for the Cowboys once again this week against the Texans. It's going to happen again. It's going to be more than 10. The Cowboys are going to get their ass kicked by probably 25.
First of all, we're gonna keep it close. Don't disrespect us like that. We
might lose in the first minute.
We might lose by 10, damn it. But we gonna it's gonna be a respectable 10.
I don't know. James
midway through the first quarter, it'd be 24-0.
21. I book that. Book it. We're not losing by more than 10. 100%. Book it.
Now, speaking of a over-under that is way too low, in my opinion, how is this one not 21-point favored by the Chiefs? Chiefs 9-1 go into Carolina to play the Panthers. Temperatures 58 degrees, partly cloudy, 10.5 point favorite. I think that's low. Take the over. 42.5, and that's a low over-under as well. Just give me 10 seconds for this one. I mean, literally the only thing that Chiefs fans need to know, will Taylor Swift be in attendance? Because that's the only drama in this game.
All right, Matt.
I'll take his last 10 seconds because that's all I need. There's no way. The Chiefs. That's all I got to say. The Chiefs.
Chiefs. All right, Dom.
I'm taking the whole time because I got to ask Maddie a question. Are you soaking in all that Swiftie magic that you think the Chiefs are going all the way? I feel Taylor Swift has gotten to you too much, too fast.
Hey, first of all, I don't know any Taylor Swift song except for the ones that play on the radio, and that ain't much.
Lies. I smell lies all the way from out here, but Chiefs in a massive dub. Get right week. Easy. It's like varsity against JV.
Oh, yeah.
So these first three games we've all picked in unanimous decisions right here. Let's see if we keep it going again in Tennessee, or actually in Houston, where the Houston Texans host the Tennessee. Touchdown Titans! Titans haven't done much of scoring. They are 2-8. Texans are 7-4. Tickets going as low as $60. It's the old Oilers versus the new Oilers. Houston is a 8-point favorite at home. 41.5 is your over-under. Just give me 10 seconds for this one as well.
Take it.
CJ Stroud, much better than Will Levis. That's all you need to know. Defense of Tennessee will make a few plays. Still, the Texans win by that 10 points.
All right, Matt.
Texans easily. Next question. Let's move on.
Yeah, I got the Texans. Come on. All right, Big Dom.
I'm making a declarative statement. I believe that not only does Houston win this game, I think Joe Mixon is the best running back in the NFL right now.
Whoa,
I think
whoa.
He has been dominant from start to finish this season with the 2 games he missed. I think he may be the number 1 RB in the league, even against Saquon Barkley.
Hey,
And
look,
Henry?
I hate the Eagles, but I got to give Saquon due credit. I'll pick Derrick Henry over Joe Mixon.
But the Eagles are a more run happy team with Jalen Hurts. We expected CJ Stroud to have 400 yards a game, and Joe Mixon has taken that ball from DeMeco Ryans' coaching calls and said, "Screw it, we're going to be a run heavy team now." So I give the Texans a lot of credit for trusting Joe Mixon and picking him up in free agency.
I'll give
That
him
is
credit,
good.
but
Yeah.
he ain't the best running back in the game. You got Jahmyr Gibbs as well. So he's good.
We'll see. We'll see.
There's
Now that moves us on to possibly our 5th straight unanimous decision together, and that is the Broncos at 6-5 going into James. The Raiders of Vegas. Raiders are a pathetic 2-8. I'm sorry, James. I wish things were better for you. I'm dead serious. Tickets going as low as $150 for a 2-8 team. Denver is 5.5-point favorites, and 41.5 is your over-under. Expect to see a lot of orange there. James is calling Denver by 27.
Dang.
Give me 10 seconds on this one. I don't need too much time.
Take it.
I don't even know who the Raiders quarterback is at this position or at this time in the season. Antonio Pierce is regressing big time. Raiders get whomped.
Broncos. No question.
Broncos. Like, come on.
Broncos, yeehaw, Broncos all the way.
Broncos
He's
country,
sweet.
let's ride. Yeah.
Hey, Minshew Mania is more of the name of an insane asylum if you're a Raiders fan.
Oh, yeah.
I call him Mud.
So we got through 5 tough one-sided games. We all agreed. We all went. I think that's a record. 20 straight picks as far as 4 per the 5 games. Do the math. So we all agreed on the same thing. Now we get into 4 games where we might actually choose against each other for once. So if you just saw no drama in the last 5 picks, you might see some drama in the next 4, the last 4. And we'll start it off by an all-time rivalry, which has been through the years from Steve Young to Joe Montana, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, to now Jordan Love and Brock Purdy and the rest of the cast and crew. It's the 49ers, 5-5 going into Green Bay to play them Packers. 7-3. Green Bay is a 2.5-point favorite. 47.5 is the over/under. 46 degrees with a chance of chance of rain showers. So tickets going as low as $135. I'll need all 20 seconds for this game. You know what? I like the Packers defense this season. If Bosa doesn't play, advantage Packers. If the Packers can get the run game going, watch out, advantage Packers. And if Jordan Love plays a little bit better than he plays against the Bears, advantage Packers. Niners have been stymied on offense. Give me the Packers.
All right, Maddie.
This is a good game. This could be a get-right game for the Niners. But it's in Lambeau, man. You know how the Packers play in Lambeau. They dang near don't lose in Lambeau. It's going to be cold. Niners ain't ready for that weather. Give me the Packers, baby. It's over. I'm sorry, Dom.
All right, Dommy.
And the last 2 times the Niners have gone to Lambeau, they won, but unfortunately that was in the postseason. Niners got a lot of work to do in this game. If Green Bay plays like they did last week against the Bears, the Niners have a chance. Kittle getting him back will be huge. And because, like I said, they got to win 3 out of 4 and 5 of 6, they got to beat the Packers to go Niners.
Y'all knew it was coming. Come on. Hey, you know what? Like Todd said, classic rivalry right here. I like the 2.5 points. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Packers on the slight edge, 26-24.
Okay, 26-24. That's going to be a close one right there. I was like, man, you still have
James says Packers by 6.
Yeah. Now that moves us on to a supposed rivalry game. And note I say supposed because I don't consider them a rival. And that's the Recards of Arizona coming to Seattle to play the Seahawks. The Seahawks are 2-4 boys at home. We haven't seen a 2-4 home Seahawks team since the great one season of Jim Moore Jr. Tickets going as low as $87. This is a battle for first place, if you can believe it. It's a pick'em game. There is no advantage. 47.5 is your over, or is your score right there, combined score. Dude, I need a minute for this game, but give me that 20 second.
Oh, here we go.
I want the Seahawks to win this game badly. I really do. And this could shift the momentum of the division.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that the Recards will beat us in Seattle and will return the favor in Arizona. So it won't happen this week for the Seahawks. Give me the stupid midget.
Dang. All right, Matt.
Well, you see, last week when you picked Seattle to lose, y'all won. So I see what you're doing here, Todd.
I'm not Randy.
No, you're doing everything.
It works.
It ain't gonna work this time. You know why? Because the Cardinals are going to win. I'm sorry, sir. They're the division winners. Book it. Nah, Rams are the division winners. But I got
All right, Nami.
I've done the math, and the Niners, if they win the next 2 out of 3, if the Cardinals and Seahawks split their 2 games in 3 weeks against each other, that would be positive news for the 49ers. So, in that spirit, God help me, give me the Seahawks.
Oh, wow.
They're going to take momentum. They're going to take momentum from that big win against the Niners and find a way to get the Cardinals, who are coming off a bye week, and they're going to start a little slow, and I think Seattle might get ahead of them early and stay ahead of them later.
Wait a minute, guys. Is he slowly becoming a Seahawk fan? Because he has more faith in them than I do.
Hold up. No, hold up. I think I'm pulling into the house. I think I just crapped my pants.
All right. Hey, I honestly don't know who I want to pick here. It's like Seattle gives me a little hope, and then I pick them, and you know what? No, I'm gonna pick the Arizona Cardinals. I think they're gonna be the division winners, and I just think they're gonna edge them out by a field goal. 29-26 Cards.
I can see that. The last game
Whoa, no, go for it, Todd.
I was going to say the last time I was up in Seattle to see a Cardinals-Seahawks game, it ended on a game-winning Cardinal field goal, so I could see that.
Well, I'm going to call Kyler Murray by his real name because ever since I started calling him midget, the Cardinals are 5-1.
better put some respect on that man's name. I'm just saying.
So Kyler Murray will shit the bed. Maybe. I don't know. Go Seahawks.
All right, so I like that. I like that. Very fiery picks there. Let's move on to the Peacock game of the week on NBC. The Fleagles of Philadelphia, the Eagles, go in to play the LA Rams of Western Hemisphere of China that nobody cares about. 5-5 are the Rams. Division up for grabs. Tickets going as low as $162. Philadelphia is a 3-point favorite. This will be, come on, guys. They might as well play the Rocky theme song instead of playing whose house it is, because we all know it's the Eagles' house. 48.5 is your total points. Give me that 20 seconds. I'm still on that hill of I don't believe in the Eagles yet. And I think they need to prove me wrong for me to jump on that bandwagon because I'm picking the Rams. I think the genius gets on TV more times than they actually score touchdowns, but still, the Rams will edge out the Eagles.
All right, Maddie.
Believe it or not, and I'm not picking them because I'm a hater of the Eagles. I honestly think the Rams is going to win this week because a fully healthy Rams team is a scary Rams team. So give me the Rams to pull off the upset of this week and beat the Eagles in LA. Okay.
All right.
How in the hell did we get to a point where I'm picking Seattle and Todd is picking the Rams? What dysfunctional world are we living in? God have mercy.
This NFC West was going to be weird this year.
Yeah.
But hey, Sylvester Stallone's the Italian stallion from Philadelphia. Give me the Eagles in the Rams' house.
That Italian bias rears its ugly head again.
Honestly, oh man, this one's tough. The Rams they're fully healthy. I don't know. Fuck. You know what? The Rams are at home, prime time. Give me the Rams by 3, 30-27.
It smells like a dominator next week. It smells like a dominator week.
Didn't they upset the Niners early in the season?
Better check your pants, Dom. It smells. You dominated. All right, so that'll move us on to Monday Night Football, which ABC has ruined along with ESPN over the years. But that's neither here nor there. That's one man's opinion. This is Harbaugh Bowl number 2, as the first one was Niners-Ravens. This one is Ravens-Chargers, as the brothers go at it. Tickets going as low as $67 back at SoFi. Ravens come in to play the Chargers. Ravens are 3-point favorites on the road. Over under, or the total points, 49.5. Let's go.
Go.
Boy, this is going to be a really, really good game, and this is a chance to see that Chargers defense on display versus a very good offensive team. I love the matchups with Chris Henry going against the Chargers defense. That's why I'm picking the Chargers to pull off a victory to go to 8-3.
Ooh. All right, Matt.
This is going to be a good game, a really good game. But I'm going with the Ravens. They let me down last week. They're not going to let me down 2 weeks in a row. Give me the Ravens to beat the Chargers. In your face, Rally Chris.
Damn.
Hey, Joshua, in your face, man. The Ravens are going to beat them.
All right, Big Dom, you're on the clock.
For me, this is my flip of the coin pick'ems week. I think both teams are going to be very strong. I could see this being like the Ravens-Steelers game this week, where it's low scoring, defense wins a game. But if defense wins games, then I'm going to have to go on the side of the Chargers in this one. Give me San Diego in this one.
All right. Los Angeles, by the way. Come on, man.
It's the same thing. Like Commanders, Redskins, tomatoes, tomato. Let's go.
I think, I like the Chargers defense in this. I think it'll be real close. I like the 3. Give me the Chargers 27-24.
That would be an excellent Monday Night Football game because, again, you got the Ravens' high-profile offense while the Chargers have toned it down a little bit. Ball control, they're playing like the Ravens, and their defense is playing like the Ravens. So this is going to be a good matchup for Monday Night Football. Absolutely. So with that being said, we went through all the picks, people. We know the records, what we did from last week, what the records, what you did. Randy will get all that together again, and then we'll jump and do this show again next Tuesday after a good week of picks, hopefully for all of us, and we'll see where the standings may fall. We know one thing. Dominator Dominique is going to be in first place. He's got too big of a lead to get faltered right now, but it could be flipped between me, Randy, and Matt. We'll just have to see who comes out on top.
I will let the peasants fight for second.
You son of a bitch.
Don't do that to us, okay?
He's eating from the king's table. We're getting the scraps. But it is what it is, fellas. Great show. Great comments. We appreciate everything right there. Any last comments from the panel right here?
You guys go ahead first. I'll end it.
I'm going to say this. To all you haters on that chat, okay, disrespecting me, talk about I was high last week. Check this out. I'm on a new level, okay? All right. I'm going to win this week, and I'm going to take that number one spot again from you, dog. You sit right there, Dominic. You sit right there. I'm coming for that number one spot. And for all you Chargers fans, I'm sorry. I'm going to be a little disrespectful. The Ravens going to beat y'all.
You're like 12 games out. What are you talking about coming for that number one spot?
You think I'm gonna let it slide that easily, man? You're already in off-season mode with the hood on, and Dak Prescott. We suck.
2 weeks in a row.
Hey, I'm kicking back, man. I'm kicking back. Next week you're gonna see. Hey, I might bring the leprechaun back, man. I might have a gold next week. I'm just saying. I'm kicking back.
Does this show have like an FCC mute button and a blocker, so if the leprechaun comes back, it just gets censored?
I might have to build one.
Why'd you do that to me, Randy? Why you gonna do that to me, man?
Hey, look at James' comment right there.
First of all, big game, James. Shut up with that, man. That's very disrespectful. By the way, listen to the chair by Big Game James. Shout out.
D for delusional.
Don't be so disrespectful, okay?
Or D for Dallas sucks literally.
Hey, D for D's nuts.
Oh. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for checking us out here on the Unfiltered Sports Podcast. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that bell notification so you're notified every time we come on here to kick Maddie's ass.
Hey.
Thanks again, folks. We'll see you next Tuesday.
I love it.